Hey Wavy Curlies. Okay, here I am. Finally, you guys have been wanting this for a while and I've been putting this off because doing a get ready with me, do my whole hair routine is a really long process, which means it's gonna require a lot of editing and some fast forwarding and some stuff like that. So I've decided to start this video of me doing my hair after I've done the wash and the condition and the leave-in. I've come out of the shower, I put my clothes on, my hair's still sopping wet. As you can see, I've not touched it with anything. This is how much drippage I get after my shower. So it's not as much as people who have more hair and maybe have lower porosity, whose hair just holds on to water, and then as it's starting to dry, it just drips forever. Okay, so the other reason that I haven't done this routine before now is because I love to experiment with products so much that nearly every wash day is some kind of an experiment. So I don't want to say like, this is what I use if I've only used it once. So I'm going back to something I've done before for the most part, but there is some tweak in it because I just can't control myself. So I am going to use the Recoil Curl Activating Cream, which has been great for me. I haven't used this mousse in a while, but it's something I have done a lot in the past. So I follow with the Creme of Nature. This is really hard to see. Let's see if we can, I don't know, Creme of Nature, Argan Oil, Style and Shine Foaming Mousse. Super cheap, Walmart, those kind of places. And then I am also going to use, before all that, I'm actually going to do this. I've been using it. My hair's gotten thinner. If you've seen from other videos, I have less hair than I used to. And I'm going to use the Tea Tree Scalp Care Anti-Thinning Root Lift Foam. This is by Paul Mitchell, and I've been playing with this, and I think it gives me some decent lift. And anyway, I bought it, and I have a couple bottles, so I need to use it before I decide I don't like it. And then at the end, I'm going to put on a combination of a gel that I like, not in humid summer because there's some glycerin in it, and it's spring right now, but the dews today are like 25 to 35, and tomorrow they're definitely gonna be around in the 20s. Today I think they're 35, so they're pretty low, and I can use glycerin that low. So this doesn't have high glycerin, but so that is this Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore Conditioning Shine Gel. They have another one that's a max gel in a tub, and I've not tried that one. I think it has glycerin way at the top. This glycerin is 6th, so that's way better for me. And then this is also a Rogue product, which I think they've taken off the market. There were 3 products in this styling line, and there's only 2 on Ulta now. This is the Paul Mitchell Neon Sugar Twist. This is a cream that has a lot of hold in it. And I like this in the winter because my hair can do a lot of creams when the dews are low. So I'm actually gonna mix these because I found that they mixed okay in my hands. So who knows? If this turns out crappy, you will never see this video. So here I go. I have put my leave-in in. I did about 2 pumps of the anti-thinning, and I'm just gonna bend over and put this in my roots. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. Just trying to get it at my roots without doing a lot of combing or anything. It smells good, has a little herbal scent to it. So there's that. I have to wipe my hands off in between stuff. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with my Recoil on the length of my hair, and I'm gonna do 1 squirt, which is plenty for my hair. And I'm going to pray it in. This is so weird to do upright. I usually do this more bent over. It slows me down to have to talk and do, and I'm gonna pray in the back. And then I'm going to like rope it too. One little squish in the ends to make sure I got the ends and not just the lengths, okay? And then from there, if your hair winds up being dry, I always find that a mousse or foam adds moisture, so that's a great way instead of adding water. I'm gonna do 2 pumps, which are not big pumps, and I love the smell of this stuff, like, oh my gosh. I'm going to just graze and kind of rope. I'm not breaking up any of the clumps but I am trying to get some good coverage. And then I will scrunch on the bottoms. Make sure I can feel it. And these two usually work pretty well together for me. You know how certain things don't always work as well with other products, but I know those two work well for me. And I do like to do multiple enhancers. I also like to use more products than a lot of people. I'm not a 1 and 2 product, and I think there's benefits to using multiple for me. That's what I like. Plus, I'm a hoarder and I like to play with all my products. So from here, I'm gonna start in on my diffusing. I always like to use my silicone diffuser at the front, shorter layers. Alrighty, here we go. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, I have this on high speed, medium heat to start with because there's just so much moisture I'm trying to get rid of. When it starts to get warm, I kick it down to cool until it starts getting too cool, and then I kick it back to warm. And I do that all the time. So I like to get my cast to start forming. It's so wet right now. This is really gonna take forever, so just bear with me. Now, as you saw, I didn't turn it off and move it like pixie diffusing. I find when my hair is this wet, it's not gonna frizz. Those clumps are held together. My hair is not gonna blow apart just yet because it's not dry enough. So when it's super wet, I cheat like that. So I'm starting to get shrinkage, which is good. It'll elongate because it's still very wet as I go to the other side. But remember, I could have blotted this time, right? Where some of you call it plopping or micro plopping. I call it slinky blot, and I'll post that video up here. So it's still really wet. I'm gonna go upside down a little bit right now with this still, and then after I come up, I'm gonna apply my gel. So I'm gonna try to adjust this, see if you can see what I'm gonna do. Okay, so before my hair gets too dry, now I want to add my gel. I want to have some curl, some curl formation already. So I'm gonna have to probably add water to my hands. This gel is really runny. So I have about a quarter, maybe just a small quarter. And squeeze the cream next to it, and I'm gonna try to do this for my whole head. Now normally I like to do this twice, but it gets so messy, so I'm gonna try to have my full amount the first time. I don't know, it started to ball up. This could be bad. And I'm going to rope apply. I like to get a little under, lift, so lifted on the top, a little more water. Kind of get the stuff that's squeezing out around the sides. And see if I can actually get any last bits on my palms for. The key here is that your hands or your hair both have to be wet enough that you are not now my hair was not getting a cast like hard. It was starting to get dry, but it was really soft. So there we go. We'll see how that goes. If it's a bust, you'll never see here we go, back to diffusing. Okay, I can diffuse the whole way with the silicone, but because I said I was going to use the Activator, I better keep my word. Okay, so. All right, so now I'm starting to get a cast. This might be another good time to go upside down. So sometimes I just wait once to go upside down. It kind of just depends what products I have in, but my roots are starting to flatten here. So going upside down or clipping right now, either one of those need to happen. I think I'm gonna go upside down first for just a teeny bit, and then we're gonna clip. Great, so here's the perfect time to root clip. I could just let it air dry from here, but I have somewhere to go, so we're gonna keep diffusing. So I'll be back in a minute, let it set for a while, do some things, and then we'll come back and we'll scrunch out the crunch. I'll see you in a bit. All right, we're back. I took out my clips. We got to scrunch out the crunch. So I generally scrunch out the crunch with bare hands. If it's a little bit harder, I might use oil, or I might use oil after I get going, but this is a pretty soft cast. That gel is not very hard. So I'm just gonna start in with the few scrunches here. I usually do it the ends first, and then once they're a little bit softened up, I go in and ruffle my roots. So it's already really soft, but it doesn't look much different. So with my hair, if you followed me at all, so a lot of people love definition, and you might just stop with pretty much where I am right now. Let's see. So a lot of people go, oh my gosh, my definition is great. And I could do that. And especially if I was running errands today and not doing anything major, I might do this. So then tomorrow I would have better hair, but I want to fluff it up a little bit more than this, but probably not as much as I would to get it to look optimal, because I do want it to last a day or two. So now I'll ruffle my roots. I kind of do, when I slide my fingers in, I go up and down, and then I also go side to side. And if my hair really needs fluffing, I'll go circular. So on this skinny side, a lot of times I go circular because I have less hair over here. So I won't over fluff than that. See? So returning to my old products that seem to work good, even with the gel cream combo, because both of those have worked well separately. So that's a pretty good hair day. I'm happy with that. And I'm not gonna over fluff. I'm gonna let it be this separated because it'll be fluffier tomorrow. But I like hairspray because up here, this stuff will fall and flop, and I don't have time for that. I have not found a hairspray that I like that is CG, so I use a regular hairspray. But I like a hard hold because I'm a product of the 80s. So this is not like a favorite hairspray right now. It's just what I have, this L'Oreal locket, and yeah, alcohol is the first ingredient, but I do need something to hold this little front bit. So I'll just usually hit that. And I want my hairspray to not disappear, because if it disappears, then this stuff starts flopping. So let me check. I'm like slamming the doors. I'm not a good demo girl. So this is the back, and yes, I need to do my color a little bit, so maybe I need to ruffle those roots a little bit more back there. But the definition's pretty good, and I just recently had a haircut. So that's that, and now I'm ready to leave the house. One thing I was gonna tell you earlier was I like to set my part before I start putting my products in, or definitely before I start diffusing. Like I kind of set the part, pull some things over, make sure it's kind of, if there's any hairs that are like really going crazy, I direct them down. I do raking sometimes, but I have to make sure that there's enough moisture in my hair that I can do a little scrunch or something to get the clumps to form. So anyway, my hair's pretty soft, but it will feel more producty as the days go by and the moisture disappears out of my higher porosity hair. So this is my get ready with me do my hair. So I hope you guys liked it. You've been asking for it. So what did you think? What are your comments? Now remember, I'm not all about saying these are my die-hard products, although I do have to say historically these two together have done really well for me, but I always need a whole product on top of that. But some of you have denser hair, don't have layers. Some of you are low porosity. So remember, for me, it's about this is what works for me. And like I said, I like to experiment. I do find that I've never had great hair. Like I don't get this first day hair with one product. Never have. 4 years curly girl method, never. I have gotten hair this curly on day one with 2 products, but it usually doesn't last very well. So we'll see if this lasts better. And hopefully I'll tag another picture on, or I'll edit this out for what it looks like tomorrow. So this is just what works for me. These are guidelines, and you know, your hair is gonna like something different. I tend to talk or do, but I don't multitask. So if I didn't explain what I did well enough, just ask me down below and I will answer. And then I'm gonna do another video where I show my wash, condition, and leave-in regimen, because that's in the shower and that's another setup. And I have some little tips and tricks that I think are kind of unique that nobody told me or showed me that work for me. So stay tuned for that. If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hurry up, hit that button and hit the bell so you get notifications as well. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, you guys. I hope it's everything you hope for. I'll see you again in another wavy video soon. Bye.